Have you ever wondered, after the age of 70, how much real time do you have left? Not a guessed number, but specific signs that are present in your body every day. Last week, Mr. Harold, my 78-year-old neighbor, shared that he could walk 2 laps around the park without needing a break. "I think I'm still healthy," he smiled. But is being healthy enough to live a long life? Or is there something else signaling our future? The good news is, scientists have discovered 7 very simple yet extremely accurate signs that can predict how long you'll live after 70. The bad news is, most older adults don't recognize them until it's too late. And do you know what's the best part? These signs are not fixed. If you understand them correctly and make adjustments in time, you can change your entire aging journey, living longer, healthier, and happier. This video isn't just a list of 7 things you need to know. It's a map for you to check yourself, to identify potential health risks early, and most importantly, to remind you that you still have control over your lifespan. So, if you're truly interested in health and life after 70, don't just watch a segment and scroll away. Watch till the end, because the most important point might be in the last sign. And if you're looking for a place to join us every week, to learn, to share ways of living longer and healthier, then subscribe to the Life in Words channel. This is where we work together to make old age the most meaningful it has ever been. Walking speed, the silent indicator of true lifespan. One autumn morning, Mr. Edward, 76 years old, entered the park as usual. But today, something felt different. After just a few minutes of walking, he suddenly realized he was being overtaken by others his age, not just one person, but 3, 4 people in a row. He slowed down, not because he was tired, but because he was surprised. "I used to walk faster than this," he thought. You might have had a similar moment, but don't think of it as a small thing. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, walking speed is one of the most accurate indicators of lifespan for people over 70. The reason is simple. To walk at a steady, fast pace, your body needs to coordinate muscles, cardiovascular system, nervous system, and even brain cognition. If one of these systems weakens, your walking speed will slow down, almost like the first signal of overall decline. Think back to the last time you walked outside. Did you walk steadily, confidently, and with good balance? Or did you find yourself losing balance or having to stop in the middle of your walk? Science calls this gait speed. And according to many studies, seniors walking under 0.8 meters per second have a higher risk of dying within the next 5 years. If that sounds scary, here's the good news. Walking speed can improve in just a few weeks of practice. You don't need to run a marathon. Just walking briskly for 15-30 minutes every day, combined with light leg exercises, like standing up and sitting down repeatedly from a chair, or walking in place with knee lifts, is enough to improve endurance and stability while walking. Another simple suggestion: wear a stopwatch and measure how long it takes you to walk 10 meters. Record it weekly, and you'll see how much progress you're making. It's not just walking, it's each step closer to a healthy, active old age. And you know what? We'd love to hear from you. If you walk every day, leave a comment saying, "I'm walking" below, so we know you're joining thousands of older adults on the journey to living healthy. Or if you've ever noticed yourself walking slower, share that feeling. We're here to listen, not judge. Because old age doesn't mean stopping. It's when you choose to keep going in a proactive, strong, and confident way. 2. Grip strength. Your hands reveal your true health. Inside, one morning, Mr. Gerald, 74 years old, tried to open a jar of strawberry jam for breakfast. This used to be no big deal for him. But today, The jar seemed to be fighting back. He twisted and twisted. His wrist started to hurt, and he had to put it down, sighing, "Guess I'll have to ask my daughter for help." This seemingly small story reflects something much bigger. When grip strength declines, it could be the first warning sign of overall body weakness. According to a large study from the University of Michigan, weak grip strength in older adults is linked to a higher risk of falls, decreased independence, and even early death. Why? Because grip strength is not just about your hand. It's an indicator of overall body strength, especially muscle mass, endurance, and recovery ability. You can think of it like this. A person with strong grip strength often maintains active movement, has a proactive lifestyle, and loses less muscle with age. On the other hand, when your hands become weak, unable to open a jar or lift simple objects, that's when you should seriously reconsider your internal health. The good news is, you don't need a gym to improve your grip. All you need are simple items, like a soft ball, a hand grip exerciser, or a small bottle of water, to practice daily. Spend 5 minutes with each hand, squeeze, hold, release, and repeat. After a few weeks, you'll feel the difference. A small tip: try testing by shaking hands with a friend or lifting a light grocery bag. If you find it harder than before, don't worry. That's not the end. It's just the starting point. And now it's your turn to speak up. If you can confidently open a jar, comment, "I'm still strong," below. If you've ever struggled like Mr. Gerald, don't hesitate to share. Your story might help someone else realize what they've been overlooking. Remember, the strength of old age isn't in grand gestures. It's in every handshake, every simple movement, every day. And sometimes, all it takes is to regain your grip strength, and you're reclaiming a piece of your youth that's past. 3. Single leg stance. A simple test reveals brain health and life sim. One Sunday afternoon, Mrs. Linda, 76 years old, was tidying up her bookshelf when she suddenly came across an old photo taken on the day she completed her first yoga class. The picture captured her standing firm on one leg, arms outstretched like wings, with a bright smile. She decided to try to repeat that pose right in the living room, but only after 3 seconds, she had to put her foot down, wobbling and nearly falling. She was confused, but she didn't know that this could be an early sign of deteriorating neurological health and even the risk of dying within the next 10 years. According to a study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. It might sound hard to believe, but science has proven the ability to balance on one leg is one of the strongest indicators of overall health in people over 70. Why? Because to balance on one leg, your body needs the simultaneous coordination of your brain, central nervous system, muscles, and sensory feedback from your feet. When any of these parts weaken, whether it's delayed brain reflexes or weak leg muscles, you will quickly lose your balance. And losing balance isn't just about falling. It's a sign of cognitive decline, neurodegeneration, and weakening muscles and bones, all of which shorten your lifespan every day. The good news is, this ability can completely improve if you spend 1 to 2 minutes every day practicing. You can stand next to a chair or kitchen counter for safety, lift one leg, hold for 10 to 15 seconds, then switch sides. Week by week, you'll feel yourself becoming more steady. Other exercises like Tai Chi, yoga, and heel-to-toe walking are also extremely effective in improving balance and flexibility. And if you're still reading this, stand up right now, try balancing on one leg for 10 seconds, then come back and comment, "I tried, and I'm surprised," if the result surprises you. You may not be able to control age, but you can absolutely control your leg stability. Because every second of standing firm today is a step toward a healthier tomorrow. Sleep. Are you living longer or just staying awake longer? Bill, 79 years old, once a lively saxophone player, now finds the nights longer than ever. He often tosses and turns until 2–3 a.m., then wakes up tired, with a foggy mind, not wanting to eat or talk to anyone. I guess it's just because I'm getting old, sleeping less is normal, he tells himself. But the truth is quite the opposite. Quality sleep is not a privilege of youth, but a key factor in protecting your longevity once you've passed 70. Many large studies, including those from the National Institute on Aging, show that deep, regular sleep in older adults is directly linked to brain health, the immune system, cardiovascular health, and even the body's ability to self-repair cells. When you don't get enough sleep, or when the quality of your sleep is poor, your body has no chance to clean up toxins in the brain, regenerate cells, and regulate hormones. As a result, you'll feel fatigued, irritable, have memory issues, and even increase your risk of Alzheimer's or depression. On the other hand, a good night's sleep, lasting around 7 hours without too many awakenings throughout the night, is the most effective natural remedy against aging. Take Mr. Henry, 82 years old, Bill's old friend, as an example. He always keeps a habit of walking lightly for 20 minutes every afternoon, turning off screens at least 1 hour before bed, and often sitting on his balcony to catch the morning sun to adjust his circadian rhythm. The result? He sleeps well, wakes up refreshed, and still plays chess with his grandson every weekend. If you're having trouble sleeping, don't rush to medication. Start with simple changes. Avoid using your phone or watching TV close to bedtime. Establish a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends. Drink warm water or light herbal tea before bed. Get at least 10–15 minutes of morning sunlight every day. And if you've ever thought it's normal for older people to sleep poorly, throw that thought out today. A good night's sleep is not just a reward, it's a right that you truly deserve. If you're still reading, comment. Good sleep is living longer, to let everyone know you're prioritizing your sleep. You deserve to wake up every morning with a sharp mind, a healthy heart, and a gentle smile. Start tonight. 5. When you lose your appetite, your body is calling for help. Margaret, 78 years old, was always full of energy. Every morning, she'd start her day with a bowl of oatmeal, a few strawberries, and a warm glass of water. Her lunch was simple but nutritious: grilled salmon, steamed vegetables, and a slice of whole grain bread. Nothing fancy, but she ate regularly, enjoyed her meals, and always felt comfortable after eating. Susan, her close friend of the same age, was the opposite. Lately, she often skipped meals, saying she wasn't hungry or didn't find food appealing anymore. Susan started losing weight. Her skin became dull, and she felt tired and dizzy frequently. People thought she was sad because her children were busy, but in reality, her body was sending a warning signal by making her lose her appetite. This is not a minor issue. A reduced appetite, especially in people over 70, is an early sign of many serious health problems, from malnutrition, muscle loss, weakened immune system, to the risk of depression or hormonal imbalances. Studies from the Mayo Clinic and the British Geriatric Society show that older adults who eat less often experience anorexia of aging, a condition of loss of appetite due to physiological, psychological, and age-related changes, which is one of the factors increasing the risk of death. The good news is that your appetite can be regained if you make gentle but consistent lifestyle changes. You can start with small adjustments. Prioritize natural, minimally processed foods that are rich in protein and colorful. Eat smaller meals throughout the day instead of 3 large ones. Drink plenty of water, as dehydration reduces appetite. Create a cozy eating environment. Listen to soft music. And eat with loved ones when possible. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you often don't feel hungry, or if the loss of appetite lasts more than 1 to 2 weeks, talk to your doctor. Don't stay silent. If you're reading this, leave a comment. I'll take care of my meals every day. To remind each other that eating is a right, not a duty. And the joy of eating is a gift that age shouldn't take away. A well-nourished body doesn't just live longer, it lives happier every day. 6. Stress, the silent thief of your longevity. John, 74 years old, was once a civil engineer, living in a peaceful neighborhood in Oregon. Every morning, he'd make himself a cup of tea, meditate for 10 minutes before starting his day. When facing problems, from a rising electricity bill to disagreements with his children, he chose to take deep breaths, write in a journal, and spend time walking in nature. On the other hand, Richard, 73 years old, lived like a pressure cooker. Every little thing annoyed him, an impolite remark, a TV show that upset him, or even just a clock on the wall running out of batteries. Richard often stayed up late, ate irregularly, and was constantly anxious without knowing why. The interesting part is, these two men are the same age and had the same blood pressure just a few years ago, but their health is now worlds apart. Researchers at Harvard and the National Institute on Aging have shown that chronic stress triggers inflammatory responses in the body, destroys cells, accelerates aging, and shortens life expectancy by 5 to 10 years. What's worse, stress weakens the immune system, making you more susceptible to heart disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and even cancer. But don't worry, you don't need to become a meditation expert to manage stress. Start with small but effective steps. Practice deep breathing for 5 minutes a day, especially when you feel your heart racing or your mind spinning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every evening. This helps your brain focus on the positive. Talk to a friend once a week. Social connection is a natural stress reliever. Limit exposure to negative news and replace it with calming music or a comedy show. And above all, remember, you can't control everything that happens in life, but you can absolutely learn how to respond to it in a healthy way. If you're still watching, leave a comment. I choose peace over worry, because sometimes all it takes is to relax a little, and your body will know how to heal itself. You deserve to live the rest of your life in calmness and ease, not running from stress. 7. Social relationships, the simple thing that can extend your life more than any medication. Eleanor, 78 years old, lives alone in a small apartment in a coastal town. But if you think she's lonely, you're wrong. Every Monday, she attends a watercolor painting class. Wednesday is her book club meeting at the library. On weekends, she calls her granddaughter who lives in New York and never forgets to send birthday cards to her friends. In contrast, Barbara, 76 years old, was once a beloved teacher, but after retiring and losing her husband, she began to withdraw. "Everyone is busy," she often said when her son invited her to family gatherings. Gradually, she became reluctant to speak up, make calls, and even step out of her house. This phenomenon is called social isolation. But for the human body, it's a form of chronic stress that is just as destructive as smoking. According to a famous study from Brigham Young University, prolonged loneliness increases the risk of early death by up to 26%, equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Social connection not only improves your mood, but also helps your body produce oxytocin, the hormone that reduces stress, boosts immunity, and keeps your heart healthy. Furthermore, people with positive relationships tend to eat healthier, suffer from less depression, and recover from illness faster. The best part? You don't need to have dozens of friends. Just a few genuine connections, a walking buddy, or a neighbor willing to chat, can be enough to change the quality of your life. If it's been a while since you called a loved one, pick up the phone after watching this video. If you thought you didn't need anyone, try having a coffee with an old acquaintance. And if you're still watching, leave a comment. I choose connection over loneliness. Because living longer is not just about medication or genetics. It's about human connection. The listening eyes, the morning greetings, and those hugs that sometimes need no reason. As you've seen, these 7 signs aren't just elements of some scientific survey. They truly can predict your lifespan and the quality of your life after 70. But the important thing is, you can completely change them starting today. Your body will react immediately when you start walking faster, when you exercise for stronger arms, when you pay attention to your sleep and adopt a healthier diet. Every day, you can check these signs and make small changes that will help you live healthier, happier, and longer. And don't forget that social relationships are an essential factor in maintaining both physical and mental health. Whether it's a short phone call or a chat with a neighbor, it will bring you positive energy and joy for living. So, don't let any of these signs become a warning. Start taking action today to improve your health, enhance the quality of your life, and live longer. And remember, it's not just about living long, it's about living healthy, happy, and fulfilling. If you've learned something new from this video, share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos on senior health and longevity. Let's share knowledge, inspire each other, and live long. Live well. Start taking action today to change your life. And don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. They deserve to know these wonderful things.